Welcome to another exciting edition of In the Loop. Today I got my co-host with me in the studio, Dana Reynolds. We're going to be talking about Ray Rice, Chris Brown, and Tracy Morgan and his feud going on with Walmart right now. Stay tuned and keep it locked. Dana, what's going on, girl?
Not much, Godfrey. What's going on with you?
Man, I'm just here. We're hanging out in the studio, hot as hell on the outside, but I can't complain. It's the end of September, and we got beautiful weather.
Beautiful weather.
Oh my gosh, remind me of school days.
But we're not missing school, though, are we?
Actually, I kind of do miss
Just
school a little
just
bit.
the camaraderie.
Just a
That's
little
all.
bit, yeah. But speaking of school, what the heck is going on in football world? We got Ray Rice knocking out his fiance in an elevator.
We do. It's a sad story, Godfrey. It's a sad story.
Sad.
But I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I am not interested in what the NFL is doling out as a punishment to Ray Rice. I'm only interested in his punishment through a court of law. Is he going to jail? Nobody seems to be talking about that. Nobody seems to be interested in that. The argument that I hear, I don't know if you hear the same thing, is always, well, you know, the fiance then wife now seems to have forgiven him, so why can't we forgive him?
So he's not going to jail, and that's pretty much what it is. Because again, like you said, if the fiance at the time, now wife, has forgiven him, the court's gonna move past it.
The only thing I say to that is, are they in a toxic relationship? Maybe is she afraid of him to the point that she doesn't want to press charges?
She's not afraid of him. She's afraid of losing out the money.
You think? Well, there's lots of factors
Put it this way,
here.
money is always the healer for abusive relationships, you know. When
You're
know
such a cynic, Godfrey. Wow.
Listen.
I feel for her. Like, what if this seems a very destructive relationship.
it is a bad situation. I never condone a man beating on a woman or
Never,
just
no.
anyone, a child. It doesn't matter, right? But I mean, you look at the whole circumstances. I'm wondering if it's just a one-time incident. Could they have both been drunk? She came at him in an elevator. And speaking of an elevator, what's going on with woman and man hitting it off in elevators? Jay-Z, Beyonce, their whole thing went down in the Did you hear Beyonce's song after that about it? They didn't comment, but she put some lyrics in the song.
Oh no! Why does she keep doing that?
It
She keeps
can go
changing the
down when there's
lyrics
$1 billion
around.
in the elevator.
Just stay out of elevators.
Stay out of the elevators.
Stay out of elevators.
Stay out of
escalators.
elevators. Yes.
Stay on the first floor.
I so agree with that.
On the
Just
first
walk.
floor.
Just
Just walk.
Use the stairs. It's good exercise anyways. Speaking of exercise, men beating and women beating on man, what's going on with Chris Brown? First, he cut
Oi.
Rihanna's tail in the car.
What's not going on with Chris Brown?
He slapped the daylights out of a fan.
He did. A fan went in, tried to get a little kiss from Chris Brown, actually, and he pushed her right off of him. He was
Okay.
not having any of that.
I guess she didn't look good.
The TMZ video was quite grainy.
It was great.
Quite grainy, but you know, she
For
looked
her
all right.
protection.
She looked all right from the side back kind of area, you know. So
So maybe it wasn't.
I
to
guess
his
she was
opi-
just in his bubble, you know, and he was not feeling
He's like,
that at
no,
all.
no, not you, not you. Now, okay, given the fact that she was trying to give him a kiss, and he didn't want it and pushed her away, is he wrong?
I mean, maybe not push. I feel there was a much easier way to evade it. You know, just a little, whatever, just some kind of maneuver
True,
to get out
true,
of the
true.
way. You know, probably didn't need to lay hands on her, but
I mean, it is Chris
we
Brown.
are talking
man.
about Chris Brown.
It's Chris Brown. At
exactly.
the end of the day, Chris Brown will always be Chris Brown.
He always is in the middle of things.
He's
all
always,
the time,
he's
isn't he?
always. That's just his life story. Unfortunately, that's where he is. Some girls bring drama, some guys bring drama.
Trouble follows him, no
Trouble
matter where
follows
he
him.
goes.
Speaking of trouble following him, I mean, he hosted the VMAs. Suge Knight got 6 shots.
Right?
He had
Right.
another party the other day. Someone got stabbed.
Yeah. Is it Chris Brown, really? Or is it the people that Chris Brown is hanging out with, too? Like, what about this? Is his entourage more of a problem than he is?
Well, they say birds of a feather flock together, right?
Right.
No one was with him when he busted her in his tail.
That is true.
He shoved the girl alone.
I mean, he is the one, too, who's throwing up gang signs in
Exactly.
concerts by himself as well.
Poor guy, what can we say? Chris Brown, if you're listening, man, smarten the hell up, boy, because if I catch you, I'll smack the daylights out of you.
You don't condone violence, remember,
I
Godfrey?
don't, but you know, sometimes you gotta use the rod and the staff to bring comfort and to bring, you know, some disciplinary action. And I think Chris Brown definitely need that now in his
He's
old
a
days because he
candidate.
missed it when he was young.
Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe we need a football player that smacked the daylight out of his kid with the
Oh,
switch to
boy.
deal with Chris Brown's little tail,
boy.
right? Maybe that's what Chris Brown needs. We should connect the two of them.
NFL punishments.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we should give him some NFL guys, let them handle his little tail for a bit.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? Speaking of handling tail, what's going on with Tracy Morgan and Walmart are going at it?
I think this is gonna get ugly.
It is
I
going to
feel
get
it's
ugly.
gonna get really, really ugly.
The thing I'm trying to figure out is that Walmart are blaming him because they said he was not wearing his seatbelt. So
Yes.
the fact that he wasn't wearing a seatbelt give their driver the right to crash in his limousine.
Well, for starters,
Bus.
right? It's kind of a chicken and an egg thing, right? Did he sustain the injuries he did because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, or did he sustain the injuries he did because he was hit by a Walmart van? I mean,
Exactly.
right?
Okay, I worked in insurance for 7 long years.
Oh. I
Okay.
bet they were real long.
They were real long years.
Okay.
And I can tell you, at the end of the day, your driver slammed into my vehicle.
Yep.
It's your negligence.
Doesn't matter, seatbelt or not, right?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, it's your negligence. I wasn't wearing my seatbelt, but I didn't hit your car.
Are you a little
He
bit
didn't
surprised
back-
too, though, about Walmart? Like, I mean, they are a multi-billion-dollar company.
You know what? I can't even knock Walmart anymore because my daughter's a manager there. So,
No.
so at one
I'll-
point I would blast them, but now, you know, my daughter's a manager there, so I gotta, like, you know,
I'll
Walmart.
phrase this very gently then.
Uh-huh.
So, do you remember that story back in the day about a woman who ordered coffee from McDonald's? She put the coffee like between her legs as she drove away from the drive-thru, burnt herself, and McDonald's actually paid her multi-million-dollar
See-
payout.
To some degree, I could understand there could have been a level of negligence making the coffee a little too hot. To some degree, but I also think the lady
Should
is
be lukewarm.
the lady, it didn't make sense because I'm not gonna put a hot drink between my leg. I got
But-
something to protect.
McDonald's, Walmart, we're both talking about multi-billion-dollar companies with a lot of money to spend, a lot of lawyers. Don't you think that they want to avoid a giant lawsuit?
I think I'll go buy a coffee and burn myself tomorrow.